Hey there, I just wanted to share with you some photos that were taken from somebody that I just recently interviewed on a podcast. A really interesting guy, and I just wanted you to take a look at some of these photos here. And obviously they are photos from another era gone by of a small town. And just take a look at the composition and the light. And in a moment, I'm going to share one reason why you might really want to take a listen to this podcast, this audio podcast that I created, because the person who took these photos really has a different perspective on things, and I will show you the secret in just a little bit as you take a look at each one of these photos. Obviously, maybe a small town long ago. So what you should know is that none of these photos are in our normal definition real. All of these photos are actually fabricated, they're created. And let's take a look at them from a different point of view, a different perspective, shall we? So let's take a look at those same photos. And here's one. This is a body of work done by a person named Michael Paul Smith. And this is of a fabricated location. And I'll go back, take a look at that, and I'll go back. See that house there, these buildings. Of a place called Elgin Park. And he is a wonderful photographer with a great imagination and obviously some skills to create these things. And he's published a book, and I was just fortunate enough to actually chat with him about the details. Take a look at this one here. Look what's in the background, right? Of how he created this, and he even explains what this bottle of water is there for. And actually where and how he created his street. So we saw this picture here with what looked like a school in the background, right? And looked like a little food truck. And there it is from a slightly different perspective. And he actually speaks about this chain link fence and what that is as well. So I'll let you just take a look at some of these pictures, but in order to get some in-depth information and insight from Michael Paul Smith, it was a pleasure chatting with him and finding out where his motivation came from, and also, how he was able to do some of these amazing things. And he also explains his snow here, because obviously in the background we've got real snow, and then here we've got artificial snow. And he just does a fantastic job. And there's that famous water bottle again, of putting it all together. And so listen to the podcast that I just put out. I'll put a link connected to this video, so you can head over there, and of course it's at pocketlenses.com. And there's that different perspective there. Oh, he explains a little bit about his dirt. This is, I believe, his container of dirt that he uses as well. And it's just remarkable how realistic, because he blends, he juxtaposes the miniatures along with the background life scene, the real life scene over here. So, and here you can see the lake sort of in the background, right there. Just so well done. And he explains his process, how he gets inspired, and how he comes up with a very realistic look on so many of his photos. Okay, and this is Michael Paul Smith with some of his miniatures, so go take a listen to that particular podcast. I believe it's podcast number 18, I believe, yes, at pocketlenses.com. And again, I'll try to put a link connected to this video so you can go directly to that particular article and podcast and listen for yourself.